how to create a frame, a very quick frame for a layer in Photoshop. I'm using 221 here, Photoshop 221, but you could do the same 220, 219, etc. And well, it could be any layer, it could be an image. Now I've got a gradient here. Could be an imported image as well. You could just simply go to File and use Place, bring in a layer, and then manipulate it in the same way. But I'm using a layer that's based a gradient here, so you can see the gradient design, but it's also spread outward as a frame. Now, of course, you could create thousands of different frame designs. I'm just going to create a very quick example, show you how to create this sort of frame design. So I'm just going to go to Fresh Document, and I'm going to create a layer. So Layer, New Layer. Now I'm going to fill it with something. You need something to fill. So Edit and Fill. I'm just going to fill it with white. I know it doesn't look any different, but it's now got something in it. And now what it means, I can transform it. So I'm just going to transform it slightly, just so it's a bit smaller, so you can see around the edge. So you can actually see that there is a frame. Obviously not going to be much use if I don't do that. So I can resize it, say to that. Also what I can do, I can select it. So select and load selection. I'm using untitled, and I'm using, obviously depends what your document's called. Of course, at the moment mine's untitled 1, the layer 1 transparency. Click OK. So I've got that there. So what I want to do now is I want to fill it with something. So I'm just going to go with, could fill it with obviously brush strokes, designs, and many other things, but I'm just going to go with a gradient. Now I'm using the rainbow and difference, just very quickly create some design there. Doesn't have to be the most amazing design, but I just wanted to quickly show a gradient design there. And I could apply effects. I could go to filter and add effects, etc. to that. But I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do now is I want to go to select and I want to modify, and I'm just going to go to contract. I'm just going to contract it by 1 pixel. So I've got contracted by 1 pixel. Now what I can do, I can go to select menu and I can inverse. So now it's the effect, or any effect I'm going to use, is going to work on this edge, but it's just slightly in from things. That's the 1 pixel. You could put 2 or 3 or 4, whatever, but I've just gone for 1, so you can just do it with that. And then, of course, apply some filters. So filter and ripple's a good one, but of course there's a lot distort ones, or you could use maybe some of the like smudge or something else, or some of these other ones like liquefy. I'm just going to go with distort initially, and I'm going to go with down there to ripple. So ripple. Now what I want is the effect to be applied around the edge. I don't want it to be applied internally. Obviously I want that to be untouched. So you can see now you've got the ripple effect appearing there. Now I've set it up to a fairly high value, 999, medium setting there, click OK. And you can see now you've got this edge. The image is untouched. And again, filter, ripple, apply again, a couple of times, and you can see. Now it would be nice if the ripple could actually extend even further. You could be able to set it to like 5,000. However, that's a way of just applying. So you can see that design, but also of course there's other ones as well. You may have other filters as well that you can use. Of course, now with the plugins menu, if you've got 221, or access to plugins that may be of use as well. So you go to filter and distort, and I'm just going to go maybe with like zigzag. Zigzag's a pretty good one as well. And again, you can see the effect there. You see the edge effect. Again, you can set that to like 100 ridges. You can modify these settings. You can see you can create a variety of different ones depending on the settings there. Click OK. And you can see your edge applying there. So filter, and I'm just going to go for another one, wave. You can see the wave one. The wave one's a very good one. And also you can click randomize, so you can just set the settings here, number of generators, like 5 or 1 or 2, amplitude, set those, and you can see you can randomize and just click it like that, and then you can see your design around the edge. Again, the actual image is untouched, but you've got this gradient effect around the edge without having to actually manually creating this gradient edge. And of course, what you can also do, you can go to, again, filter, distort, and wave. Maybe reduce the settings or change the settings. Maybe make it very intense. click OK, and you can see the design there. So once you've done that, what you can do, you can always just deselect it because I still had the selection on. And you can see you've got your gradient edge. Now if I resize that, because you can see there, you can move that around, but you've got a nice frame design. And also what you can do is, of course, layer menu and layer style. And you can maybe add bevel emboss. So you can see the bevel emboss is around there. The actual frame is also beveled as well. Of course, you've got bevel there. And also you can go to maybe stroke. And you can see you can just add by setting let's just go to stroke, set the size to like 1 or 2. If you go too big, you can just go like 1 like that. You see you get a mass, which is fine if that's what you want. But you can set it obviously to like 6 or something. Maybe reduce that down to 3. And also you can, if you want, drop shadow as well. Up to you. Click OK. And there you have it. You've got your design, you've got your frame, which is sort of very similar to obviously the image, but you've got the image totally untouched by using this approach. Anyway, I hope you found this of interest. Please subscribe to the Graphic Extras channel. Always have new tutorials about Photoshop, Illustrator, Creative Cloud, Affinity Photo, Affinity Designer, and many, many other companies. You can actually do the same also if you've got Affinity Photo. You can do the same, of course, in Affinity Photo. Just use selections exactly the same way. And I might do a video tutorial about that as well, but that's another option as well. So please add some comments, always appreciated. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? Also, any other questions you've got, it's always nice to hear. And then I can maybe do another video about that subject as well. A dislike or a like. Thank you much.